To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatik real. Always on the run. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. With a brand new secret. Yo, no, the smith is so star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatic real. Always on the run. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. With a brand new secret. Yo, no, the smith is so star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the radio show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Radio Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we Lunatic real. Always on the run.
Ladies and gentlemen, May I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is. Happy Monday, man. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatic Raider Show. We're yours truly, Lunatic Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Hey, we got a good show for you. We're going to talk about developing the youth. After seeing the game versus Seattle in week 1 of the preseason, we got a glimpse into the future of what could be, what possibly may be, with the right development of these guys, man. And there's also a diamond in a rough player that we have that went undrafted in 2023 and now is with us and brings a lot to this team in a certain position group. We're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about who this person is. But in the meantime and in between time, shout out to everybody out there, man, that's pulled up with your boy Lunatic one time. And let's get to the world's most dangerous chat. You know what it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. One nation. You feel me? Shout out to Billy Davis in the building, man. My guy, man, what it is, man. I'm glad you pulled up. My guy, we got Raider Paul in the motherfucking fracking building, man, and he's dropping them bees on you.
Amount of time. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Hey, that's Pete Carroll in the building. You feel me? Robert Pena in the building, man. What it is, my brother, and he also coming right behind it.
Amount of time. There you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Eagle Terrier 207 in the building. What it is, man. Yes, indeed. Real Talk Raider Nation in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Natural Born Raider, my guy, dirty motherfucking Raider in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Let's go. Let's go. What it do? Who else we got up in here, man? We got the boss with the sauce, man. Alfredo in the building, man. What it is, my brother.
Amount of time. There you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed. We in here. Actual factuals. You feeling Myra G? Okay, Myra. You and Son God is gonna be come on through. Yeah. Hey, me and Peach is gonna be in case you guys don't know, we're doing events. This is the second annual home opener pool party, which will take place September 14th, which is a Sunday before the Monday night game at the Paris in Las Vegas. It's free to come. Pause, but it is free to come. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. that Sunday, man. We got our villas sectioned off, number 7 and 8. You'll get all the information as we get closer to the event. There will be raffles for different Raiders gifts. And it doesn't cost nothing to enter the raffle long as you're there. Put your name in a drawing, you know what I mean? As well as there will be food supplied, but you have to be responsible for your drinks. So there will be a cocktail waiter coming through, waitress, waiter, whoever it is, will come through, take your order, so you don't have to go to the bar. The bar comes to you, but you have to pay for your drinks. They would not let me bring in drinks. Food, I can get in, you know what I mean? So it'll be pizza, something simple, but bring your kids. It's a family event. We will be doing a live podcast from the event, as well as we have 2 televisions. So that Sunday, it's week 2 of the NFL. A big game I would like to see. Watch the Chiefs get their teeth kicked in by the Philadelphia Eagles is at 1:35 that afternoon, so we'll be able to check it out. But come on through, man. Bring the fam bam. Come enjoy some sunshine, some cool pool water, and some Raider talk. You feel me? So come one, come all, man. It's one nation. This is once again. It is the home opener pool party at the Paris Las Vegas pool. Free to come in. You don't have to pay a dime. You can get your towel when you first come in and hit the pool to cool off because it might be a hot day. Usually around that time is not too bad, but we'll see when we approach that event and I get the forecast for you. But yeah, come on through, man. The second annual Raiders Allegiance home opener pool party, man. We're going to have a ball doing this shit again. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there, man, for real. Let me see who else we got up in the building. Let me go. I'm scrolling. I'm trying to catch up to y'all, man. Milo Hunt in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you for pulling up. What it is, man. Hey, B. Al in the building, man. What it is, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Paul always keeping the motherfucking Raiders in the chat, though.
Night time. There you go. There you go.
And the same, backing it up with the Bash Brothers, Holloway.
There you go. There you go.
You know it don't stop. For real, man. We does this shit, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Eric Holloway in the building. Billy Davis. Who else? Oh, shit. Look what the cat dragged in.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice.
D-Nice in the building, man. What it is, my brother. Good to see you, man. For real, for real. Let's go. Let's go. Who else we got here? SoCal Sal in the building, man. My guy. What it is, man. Good to see you. Let me go there, man. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with y'all, man. You got to get me with my track shoes on to catch up with y'all, man. For real. Who else we got up in here, man? Isaiah R in the building, man. Salute to you. What's good with it, man? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate it. For real, for real. I'm getting closer to the end. Who else we got up in here, man? Hey, I appreciate you, man, for the kind words, man. Like I said, I do this for the nation. You know what I mean? And as long as you guys keep pulling up, I'm gonna keep bringing you fire-ass content, keeping it original, entertaining, as well as informative. You feel me? Shout out to everybody on Instagram. I ain't gonna forget y'all either, cause I see y'all over here on my third screen. Y'all up in here. Y'all just don't show up in the chat over here. But hey, I appreciate y'all, man. One nation. You feel me? Let's go. Let's go. Who else we got up in here, man? I'm not bueno. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Who else we got up here? Justin Brown dropping them Raiders on them.
Night time. There you go. There you go.
Alec M in the building dropping them Raiders on them. You know what I mean?
Night time. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we up in here, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. For real. Let me see. I gotta keep it going. I gotta get caught up as we get into the content, man. For real. Jason Downs in the building, man. Salute to you. I appreciate your presence. Yes, indeed. We in here, boy. Oh, we in here today. Let me see. Oh, you talking to Bill? Okay. Alec M in the building, of course. We up in here, man. We about to get into some good content. We're gonna look at our young guys that we got on the team that performed, like that opened our eyes to what they did against Seattle. Now the thing is, they have to keep it going. It's just not just one and done. When we play these 69ers Saturday at Allegiant, man, we gotta make sure that we keep the development going. Get out there, produce again. When you have your opportunity, shine. That's all you can do. When you have your opportunity, the only thing you can do is shine. You feel me? Eagle Terrier 207 dropping them Raiders on them.
Night time. There you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed. So we gonna best and worst takeaways over the game. I'm gonna tell a lot of people, because doing a lot of watching videos and listening to press conference, don't bite in too much to game one. I think first game of preseason, they got their feet wet. That's the first time they were allowed to hit tackle. So we see a lot of misses. They took a lot of bad angles when it came to tackling on that game against the Seahawks. We see that. The beauty of this, here's the beauty. Now, what the concern need to become a concern when week 2 and week 3 of preseason happens and we regress from progression. That's the thing we have to be concerned with. But now with week 1, this is how you look at it. Week 1, we got game film on our own guys. You know what I mean? We got game film on our guys now, so we know how to go into the classroom and correct the wrongs. See, before that, we didn't have no game film on correcting. There was no wrongs. It's not a bad thing to make mistakes. Like the saying goes, winners make a lot of mistakes. Losers make the same mistake. We don't want to make the same mistakes over and over again. Now, you're allowed to make the mistakes in different categories and different areas of your game. But the thing is, now we have footage to go in and correct those. We didn't have that at first. We went into Seattle not knowing. You know what I mean? The first time these guys actually got into a real game and played with each other, you're going to expect a little bumbling. You know what I mean? Bumbling, stumbling. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. There were some shots out there that we could have did better at. But now we have that on the film. We can go in the film study and correct all the wrongs. That's the positive. The negative, there was a few things, more than a few things that need to be fixed. But it can be fixed though. And now that we have visuals to be able to go in and fix those wrongs, I'm comfortable that they'll be fixed. I'm pretty sure Pete Carroll been down this road to go over film after the first time, and him coming out also saying that we're keeping everything plain and bland. There ain't no salt, ain't no pepper, it ain't no seasoning. You know what I mean? It's just straight bland offense, defense, because he does not want to give our hand to what we're going to do in the regular season, because maybe we can get out the gate on a fast pace and come out 4-0 by the time they figure out what we're doing. And I'll take a 4-0 record before they find out. You know what I mean? Because that's as many wins as we won last year. So if we do come out the gate 4-0 and not give up, show our hand to the oppositions that we play, starting with New England, then the Dischargers, then the I was getting ready to call them the Redskins, then the Washington Commanders, and so on. We can get a jump before they can understand what we're doing. We know what Washington is doing. Same offense as last year. You know what I mean? We know what the Chargers are going to do. Same offense and defense as last year under Harbaugh. But they don't know what we going to do. See, that's the advantage. They don't know what we gonna do. They're gonna go look at this preseason footage and have it all wrong, because that's not nowhere what we gonna be. We just did a little bit of thing. I think it's more about developing continuity and getting these guys to play together than it was to go out there and practice our play calling and coming up with new plays. That's gonna come during the regular season when the games count. So that's my take on that, man. I'm not tripping off. Now, if game 2 is horrible and the same mistakes are being made, then we have a concern. If we go against the Niners and the same mistakes are being made and there's no fixing of the mistakes that were made last week, then we have concern. Like, wait a minute, didn't y'all not go over the film and see the bad angles you took? You know what I mean? The poor judgment calls that you made at quarterback, or not hitting the right hole at running, then we got concerned. But right now, don't let it be nothing but water on your back. It is what it is, and I'm glad we do have footage of the mistakes, because that's the only way we gonna correct them, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We got Eric Holloway, man. Salute, SoCal Sal, Alfredo. Who else we got up in the building, man? All right, Alec M, Billy Davis. Got everybody, the usual suspects, man. Shout out to y'all. Raider Shield family in the building, man. Salute. Appreciate you for being here. Ad man, what's the deal, man? What's up with it? Good to see you, man, for real. All right, y'all. So let's get into it, man. There was a couple of, more than a couple. There was a few highlights of the game of guys, young guys that we see stepping up. The first one I want to talk about, Cam Miller. Now, I know a lot of people, I'm not going to go hard on Aiden O'Connell. I'm going on the positive shit. Cam Ward, for him to be an FCS quarterback in the NFL, Never did silent counts in his life, period, and had to do it because of the loudness at at Seattle when we played them. Handled himself very well. As you can see with the stats, he had 6 passes. He wasn't in there. He came in there later in the game, but he surprised us. You know what I mean? But they said this is what he's been doing in camp. He had 6 attempts, had 76 yards with an average of 10.9 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, with a rating of 151.5. And this is his first time ever in the NFL. People's gonna sit there and say, well, he was going up against the 3rd string. Bro, he's an FCS quarterback. Remember, everybody will say, well, Montana State, bro. Are we comparing Montana State to the Penn States and the Stanfords and in the Ohio States and Michigans, in Nebraskas that's out there in the FBS? There's a big difference in FBS and FCS. Let's get that known. Not to get off the subject, but the same way I was saying about Shedeur Sanders. He went to Colorado, did his thing. A lot of people were saying, well, he ain't playing nobody. But he's a fucking black college. He came out of the black colleges at Jackson State. That's even beneath FCS. So it's always impressive when you got a guy from a lesser conference to come into the big leagues and perform without even being nervous. Wasn't even shook. Just went out there and played. But this is the youth I say about developing the youth. Let's develop him and see what happens. Because he showed me a whole lot. Now I know this next game they're going to have the starters in there a little bit longer, maybe a whole quarter, which is I agree with it. Let them develop the chemistry they need to get that continuity. But Cam Miller, I want to see what he did. That's why I was calling for his name in the game, man. When AOC threw them 2 interceptions, put Cam Miller in. It's a game that we can go in there and understand and study what we have and what they can do in a game type manner. And he showed me a whole lot. Now, can he do it again? Can they continue to develop this young guy into being something great? Now, he has the pedigree coming from the FCS. Like they said, if you go to a lesser conference to draft your players into the NFL, make sure they're the elite of that conference. Cam Miller is one of the elites of the FCS. 2-time national champion in the FCS. MVP. So that was elite. Tommy Mellott, same thing. Was MVP also one time in the FCS at North Dakota State. So you had, North Dakota State was Cam Miller went to, and Montana State was Mellott. I think I get them confused, but it's one of the two. But even though this past national championship they had in the FCS, go watch that game. Go watch the FCS championship between Montana State and North Dakota State and watch Cam Miller go against Tommy Mellott. That was a battle. But you can see clearly Cam Miller had the better arm between the two, but Mellott was the most athletic. The game showed you that. So if you're going to go draft in a lesser conference, make sure they're the elite of that conference, because then that way they do have a chance of coming in here. You know what I mean? People say the same thing about Boise State. I seen somebody on YouTube. I forgot who. This is where Genty gonna find out that this is not Boise State. He been playing. He played top tier. He played Oregon. He played Penn State. Yeah, Penn State beat him, but he still had 100 yards on their ass. So he was the elite of the elite, regardless. So that's who you draft to give them an opportunity to succeed. You'll get them diamonds in the rough. Max Crosby, they seen something in him. They seen something coming out of Michigan. I said Eastern Washington. Wow. You know how I'm thinking about Eastern? They had the red turf. You remember Tywan Jones that we used to have, the running back, and they converted him to corner? Yeah, Eastern Washington. But yeah, you go for the elite of the elite. So yeah, keep your eyes on Cam Miller. Let's watch his development as it goes, man. For real, for real. The other guy I want to talk about is Dylan Lobby. Last year, I tell people, don't give up on these players in year one. He's another guy that come from was an FCS school. We like, oh no, he fumbled twice. Yes, he fumbled. But then this year comes along, and this guy gets in the preseason game, and he seems like one of them kind that has a strong mental, the kind that forgets what happened last year and say this year's gonna be different. What he do in that game? 5 carries for 34 yards, 6.8 yards per carry. He had a touchdown receiving. I think he had 1 reception for 6 yards for a touchdown. His longest run in this game was, I think, 21 yards and was flexing on the sideline. This is a guy that does not let the negatives that happen to him hold him down. He made mistakes. Like I said, winners make a lot of mistakes. Losers make the same mistakes. He didn't fumble the ball in this game. He looks a little quicker than he did last year. He looked like he's up for the challenge. Let's watch his development. I'm not saying as far as in the running back room, he's going to, do anything on that depth chart, but special teams, we can use them on special teams, especially with them changing the rules around with if the ball goes in the end zone, it comes out to the 35. So a lot of teams are going to try to kick it short of the end zone, forcing teams to run it back. So I'm looking forward to see if Lobby can continue to develop on the path that he is. Last year to this year, big difference. I think he was a deer in headlights last year, going from an FCS school, moving up into the NFL, and seeing how fast, how strong, how quick these guys are he's going up against. But he stepped up to the challenge. He stepped up to the challenge this year. I didn't see nothing in him that was spooked. I've seen a drilling, and he's ready to get out there and show last year was a fluke. But let's continue to see it continue. I don't know if you can put them continue in the sentence twice, but I just did. Shout out to everybody out there, man, for real. Kid Raider in the building, salute to you. Appreciate you for pulling up. Who else we got up in here, man? James Furbo. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, and he's dropping them Raiders on you.
Might have time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Loon, go look up my nephew against Kansas for the score on the. Is your nephew? Did he come out this year, or is he still in college? I gotta check that out, man, for real. Let me see. I gotta make sure I got everybody, man. I see y'all coming in. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like, man. Once we hit 3,000, we will be doing a TV giveaway to one lucky subscriber. So please subscribe. Get your friends, your family, your side chick, your mailman, your gynecologist, your proctologist. Get them all. If they're Raider fans, man, come have them, do the damn thizzle by subscribing to the channel, man. We're trying to get this shit up and lifted. I will be at the scrimmage game or the joint practice between the Niners this Thursday. So I got content coming for you for Thursday. Y'all stay tuned for that. Yes, indeed. I will be there live and direct, me and Raider at Peaches. So y'all stay tuned, man, for real. But yeah, Lobby, keep your eye on him. Now, here, should I get a drum roll for this shit? I'm just curious. I mean, because I don't really be doing drum rolls. But drum rolls is meant for when you try to, introduce something to somebody that nobody seen coming. And this guy right here, hold on, where my shit at? So this guy next coming up, man, caught my eye. And I went and did a little search on him, bruh, and seen his his path to the NFL. Undrafted guy out of Auburn, 6'1", 198 pounds. Drum roll, please. This guy is Shedrick Jackson, wide receiver. Let me tell you about this kid here, boy. He had 4 receptions, and all 4 targets he caught. He didn't drop a pass. He had 76 yards with a 19-yard per reception average with 1 touchdown. He was a 2023 undrafted wide receiver out of Auburn. He went to the Cincinnati Bengals from 2023 to 2024. But here we go, another speedster at Auburn, his pro day. He ran a 4.25 40. Hold on. Let's rewind. Pro day at Auburn. He ran a 4.25 40. 6'1", 198-pound wide receiver out of Auburn. This dude was solid with Cam Miller in this game. The touchdown Cam Miller when he threw that little shoulder pump, bam, and did hit him deep for what, 41 yards? That was Cedric Jackson. To get closer in the game, to try to win the game, to get the first down, and Cedric Jackson. 4 receptions, 76 yards. Where the fuck this kid come from? Auburn. Why was he undrafted? I need to do a little more research on this dude and find out what the expert said why he did not get drafted. Hey, do not be surprised if he makes this team. It's on display now, bruh. It's on display. Now your next thing is, let's see if we can move him up with not the depth board, but get him to get in there with the 2s and the 1s. Can he get to the 1s? Just to see what does it look like with him and Thornton on the field and Geno Smith out there at court. That's not fair, bruh. Can't nobody keep up with these dudes. Trey Tucker, I'm not gonna knock him at a 4.3. What he had a 4.34 40, but 4.25, 6'1", 198, 4.25. I seen him in that game, but he was wide open and was fast enough to make sure that that last dude that was coming at had the right angle on him. But I don't think he expected the speed that Jackson had as he slipped underneath him and ran into the end zone. Oh yeah, keep your eyes on this dude for real, for real. Let me see what we got up in the building, man. He broke a jump record for a box jump that has been set since 1985. Damn. What y'all thinking about Callaway? I don't really have. You know what? I ain't really put too much thought in Callaway. Really, I've been trying to keep my eyes on these youngsters because I want to see the development. Because the worst thing I think to me is to draft a player and they don't make the team. You know what I mean? Draft a player and you don't, because that's a draft pick you can't never get back. So my hope is that every draft pick we get through Spike Tech, they make the team at some point. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's special teams, defense, offense, depth chart, rotational piece, make the team. I consider that a successful draft. Will we be seeing that this year? A big, strong possibility. But we still need to see development out of these other guys. The Charles Grants. You know what I mean? J.J. Pegues. Tonka Hemingway did his thing. You know what I mean? He did his thing. He's showing he's in the right league. The NFL is for him. But we gotta see improvement every week. We gotta see they got the rust on them. First pro game ever. Now let's go into week 2 and beat the shit out the Niners. Like, let's clean up a lot of the messy shit, a lot of the shit that's not clean that we need to clean up. We need to have that done this Saturday. I look forward to the joint practice. I want to see some Niner players get socked in the mouth. You know what I mean? I want to see them get punched in the mouth. I want us to be aggressive. I want us to be the aggressor. Not just be aggressive. Be the aggressor. Have them retreat. You know what I mean? I want to see this. And then I think this is going to be a good telltale sign because you go into the game Saturday against a team that you joint practice against. So you have a little bit more familiarity than somebody going in, not, you know what I mean, into a preseason game and didn't even practice with them. So they're going to have a little edge, but so will we. We're going to know who to keep our eye on and who to, you know what I mean? So this will be a good game. Like, this will be a good run through of a game plan. You know what I mean? Going up against an opponent that you know of, that you know the strengths and weaknesses. And then you prepare for that game. So that joint practice is going to be good to set that up for both teams. And then have that game set up as if it was a formal foe, a divisional foe that we done faced, and it's just recent because of Thursday we go ahead and lock up with them in practice, and Saturday we face them at 1 p.m. at Allegiant Stadium. So that's where I've been focusing my time on. I had to switch the quarterback because K-State was doing run first, run okay. Nothing's like the 1985 Bear team. So he switched to get playing 85 Bears though, bruh. Ugh. That was a nasty defense. Offense was nasty too though. You had Walter Payton on that bad boy. McMahon at quarterback. Perry on your offensive line. Number 72 with the missing tooth. The defense though, man. Wilbur Marshall. You had the 49ers old coach. We're not gonna have it. Man, they had a linebacker core. Richard Dent. They had a linebacker core for your ass in Chicago, bruh. I'm telling you. That's why I said, hey, you get the right guys at linebacker and just keep them together. They're gonna do big things for real. That's what I'm looking forward to with our team. Now that we added Jamal, to the team now, bro, I'm looking at it like, okay, now that's 4 veteran linebackers, and if Devin White's supposed to be healthy, Landon Robertson's there, Jermaine Pratt is there. You know what I mean? It's like if they can stay healthy and be healthier than they've been, and I'm just imagining all these guys playing together. Like we're looking individually, and they're like, oh, this ain't the same Devin White. Are you sure with the guys around him? Because don't forget, Devin White was not by himself in Tampa Bay when he was at the peak of his game. He had a whole lot of good talent around him. I'm seeing the same now. You know what I mean? And shout out to Booker the fourth Booker Thomas the fourth that we got in the trade. Don't sleep on him. A lot of people say, "Oh, we got beaten that trade." Don't you think that? Sometimes it takes a different scenario for you to succeed. You go to a team in the right defense. You playing DT, and they got him at nose T. I heard they playing him at nose tackle too, at 300 pounds, bro. And you see how quick this dude is at that weight. The game against Seattle, they just airlifted and dropped them into the game. You know what I mean? And put me in, coach. Let me show you what I can do. They put him in the game, and what did he do? Man, if you don't stop, don't forget we got guys in the front office that came from Philadelphia as recently as for this season. You mean to tell me they don't know who this dude is and what his possibility is? And there's gonna be times you get a team that's deep. And even if he is good, he's deep, but it's too deep that we gotta, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to release him. Shit happens. Didn't we release Christian Wilkins? Didn't Derek Carr get released? So players like that, they get released because of whatever the circumstance may be, they're released. Sometimes you are too deep out of position. For real. You are too deep out of position. And you might be that last man on the totem pole that might have made the team, but the last one, just the one that got cut before making the team because we already have these guys. So they go off somewhere. They go to a team that has a system that they feel their strengths are utilized in, and they succeed. Booker could be one of them dudes. Because there is no defensive tackle on our team that is as quick as he is. And this is just by what I see. What I see on film. He has a quick get off, and he's back there. Now, what does his tool bag look like with the tools he need with different moves and what? I don't know. Like I said, we only had a small sample. I hope this Saturday we get a larger sample. I hope he gets a little bit more in tune with the defense and learning. He didn't even know the defense and went in there and was pressuring the quarterback. When the quarterback had to roll all the way out, he was the one on their ass making them roll out. So I want to see this guy too. And he's another young dude developing the youth for real. Mike Guerrero in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Man, I hope these guys make the team too. But the fun thing is, as fans, we get to watch. You know, it's like we get a feature film. We get a 3-hour movie every week with our team. A 3-hour movie. It's gonna be some sad times. It's gonna be some happy times. It's gonna be a thriller. It's gonna be a horror movie. It's gonna be an action adventure. It's gonna be drama. We get a full-length feature movie every week with our team. 3-hour long movie. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm excited to see what happens. We can sit here and predict all day long. Predictions don't mean nothing. They've been predicting the world was gonna end since year one. You know what I mean? Predictions don't mean nothing. And only if you get them right do you look like a genius knowing you just guessed. Because you don't know for sure. So I'm looking to see the development of these young guys, man, because the way Spike taking them is attacking this is the draft is how we build this team. So these draft picks are basically going to be our future foundation, because there's going to be young guys we draft 2, 3, 4 years down the line that's going to be in rotation with these young guys that's going to hopefully plant their roots in this Raider Nation shit. You feel me? So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking real forward to it. But yeah, this guy Shedrick Jackson, I want to continue to see this guy. That's a lot of speed at 6'1", 198. He's not far off from Thornton. Thornton's almost 6'5", real close to being 6'5" at what, 205? And he runs a 4.3 flat, and this dude is a 4.25. That's going to cause problems for a lot of teams to have that much speed and a quarterback that can get them the ball. We know who can't get them the ball. I ain't going to talk about Anal O'Connell. I ain't going to talk about Anal O'Connell. I'm talking about Geno Smith. It has the arm to get to these guys with that speed. So I'm looking forward to the development of. That's all I want is development from these young guys to show us what do we truly have in Raider Nation that we can really, okay, let's see what this dude does. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm gonna cut this one short, man. I just want to talk about these three guys. As you know, we signed the safety formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I forgot what that son of a bitch name is. I want to talk about these young dudes. Who is the safety from the Steelers that the Raiders just signed? Forgive me for my memory, y'all. Forgive me for my Terrell Edmonds. I knew that. Terrell Edmonds has signed with the Raiders. Does he become that part to replace Lonnie Johnson? We shall see. We shall see. Another thing about having him on this team is when Lonnie Johnson comes back. You know what I mean? Like, that makes instant depth. Because I'm pretty sure Edmonds is going to make this team. I can see him making this team over the younger guys. It's not going to, you know what I mean? I don't know. Chris Smith, you know what I mean? With Trey Taylor, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that could happen. But I think Edmonds have a leg up just because, and they say, well, his production ain't been that good. But yeah, but we're always judging players of what they did with the team they came from, and they don't have the same personnel, coaching, and system as we do. So how can you? That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. We can't compare with what they did with the former team compared to us unless it was something that was similar. Like, okay, they run the same offense or defense. They have the similar coach that coached them. They have, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that come in that. If the wind blow your balls, that can change your future. Is the butterfly effect. You know what I mean? Like, one little thing can change everything. So maybe that one little thing that player is in that system over there is not that one little thing here. Like, that one little thing could be Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is the one denominator that changed the trajectory of this player to become great. Whereas the former coach he comes from shift him the other direction where he wasn't so great. There's a difference of like, for instance, you got Pete Carroll as a head coach and Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels probably going to send a player the wrong direction of being away from being great. whereas Pete Carroll will put you on the right direction, the right road to become great. That's what he's been doing with these corners. And then we're sitting here, and here's another thing. And I just sat there and thought about, like, well, damn, this dude know what he's talking about. Pete Carroll, right? We're sitting here watching the battle between JPJ and what's the name, center and guard spots, right? Switching them around, even though they've played it before. And people ask, well, and come to find out, hold on real quick. My bad, y'all. So what was I saying? Okay, JPJ they got him at guard now, and they got Jordan Meredith at center competing. Now, as fans, we want JPJ to play center. I want JPJ to play center. I think he's better suited for center. But like I told y'all before, preseason and camp is the time to go ahead and tinker and try. I have faith in JPJ playing guard too. Now, the question is the reason why they put Meredith at center and JPJ at guard is because we've been looking, a lot of people been saying some shit, we're saying it backwards when we should look at it the other way. They're saying that JPJ is a better center than Meredith. Facts. So why would you not have JPJ at center then? Because if you look at the flip side, this is why. I believe JPJ is a better guard than Meredith. And you can make the argument that's why they have JPJ at guard over Meredith. So it can go either. JPJ is better at, you know what I mean? So they're trying to shore up this line so we don't have no weaknesses. Meredith was good. Meredith was good at guard, but was he great? Would you say he's a potential Pro Bowl type guard in the NFL? But they say that about JPJ. They say that about JPJ. So I think JPJ's thing is your gift is your curse. His gift is I think he's great at center and guard. Hands down. Over Meredith. Hands down. But one of the spots is going to be open wherever you put Meredith at. But I think they're not comfortable with having Meredith at guard because JPJ is more aggressive. He more of a bully at guard than Meredith is. So Meredith is being put at center and JPJ at guard because we need that kind of player at guard. So I don't think it's nothing that JPJ is not doing. I just think he's suited for both positions. So it's like, I think he's better than Meredith. So we got to put JPJ in a position where we can't allow to have a weak player. At least at center, you got help on both sides with both guards. And if you got two bullies on the side of the center really got help because those guards are going to help him. If they got their dudes off, they're going to help the center. And I don't think Meredith helping the center is not impressive more than JPJ helping the center. So I'm not saying that's what I know or that's what they're doing. I'm just looking at it at that angle. There's two sides to a coin. One side is, why do you have Meredith at center when JPJ is a better center than him? I believe that's true. But then the other argument is, why would you have Meredith at guard when JPJ is a better guard than him too? Same shit. So I think they just want the aggressor to be at guard over the center. So I don't know. I'm just looking at it that way, and I know it's not like this their first rodeo. Everybody love Tassi, right? You know, Tassi was converted from defensive tackle to guard, but yet we looked at him at guard like, oh, he got potential. So that means Carroll and them knew what the fuck they was doing by switching positions, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's the same shit. So it's like it's not the first time Pete Carroll's done did this, especially with the corner position, flipping guys from wide receiver to corner. You know what I mean? Who else we just switched a position with? Fucking oh my god, man. Linebacker free agent that Raiders signed. That used to be a safety. What was the former safety that now we have at linebacker? I'm so bad on names, y'all, because I don't be trying to remember them, and I be having all these other names in my head. I'm like I'm not an idiot savant. I'm like a stupid ass savant. Who is the former safety Raiders signed and converted to linebacker? Jamal. What was it? Jamal? Not Jamal Adams. Come on, you heard me say this shit, motherfucker. Jamal Adams. I was right. Jamal Adams. That was another guy that never played linebacker that was converted by Pete Carroll. And it looks like it's working. Somebody knows how to convert players into a situation that might be better suited for them. So that's why I can't question it. I mean, we can question it, but I want to see how it unfolds. Is JPJ a better guard than Meredith, and that's more valuable of having an aggressive guard than it is having an aggressive center in this system? Gotta remember this system. What I'm pretty sure that Chip Kelly knows what he's doing too with the offensive line, what he wants. So until we hear like pushback between Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, and Chip Kelly telling Pete Carroll, no, I want JPJ at center, and Carroll said, no, we need to have him at guard because he's more aggressive, and we want our guards more aggressive because we're gonna be pulling them a lot. We want them to knock somebody on their ass. Is Meredith that kind of person to be aggressive like that, to like just bully fools? So that's why I say I want to see. Ain't nothing written in stone yet. I don't think like Pete Carroll said, we don't have to make a decision till the season starts. So the battle continues. But it's not a knock on JPJ. And I know JPJ is suffering with a rib injury as well. Who else got a rib injury? Kappa got a rib injury as well. So we'll see how that comes out too, because I heard somebody say at camp that it's not a fake thing, because they seen JPJ reaching over to pick up something like one of the coaches dropped, and you can tell that he was uncomfortable, like something was bothering him. And I know with them ribs, boy, I never broke a rib, but I had bruised ribs. Breathing is a bitch, and moving is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got them oblique muscles on your side there too, though. So when you, oh my God, man, that shit, I hate, bruised ribs ain't fun. I can just imagine having broke ribs or cracked. When they try to say Kappa has a slight fracture or something, nothing serious, he'll recover quick from it. So nothing major, but just the uncomfort, bro. I feel for him, and those are big dudes. You know what I mean? Those are big dudes. So hey, hopefully they get better soon, so we can go ahead and get into this, get closer to the season and really see what we really got. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Who else in the building, man? Raiders 43 or 45. Patriots 13. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that. Why you gotta screenshot a Lunatic? It's gonna be in your what you call it. Why doesn't anyone address Meredith for what he is? We live in a weird ass world. Hey, say that shit, my 2 cents. That's why I said if you got a player that's better than that player at 2 different positions, which position do you choose? That's why I said everybody think that maybe JPJ did something wrong, or I think is the opposite. I think he's doing something right, where he's just so good at both positions. They're trying to figure out, okay, we put Meredith at center and we put JPJ at guard because we need that kind of aggressor on the offensive line at guard. And that's what they say about this offense. That's what they want. Is Meredith more of an aggressor than JPJ? I don't think so. So I can understand the dilemma. So they're hoping and praying that Meredith pans out at center because they want JPJ at guard. Not because he can't play center. It's because I think he does both so well. We got to pick a spot for him. He has to go into a spot because the lack of what we have at that spot. And I think the lack is at guard. Because obviously, I don't think Kappa was something that you know what I mean. Everybody, we know what Kappa did in the as far as pass blocking in Cincinnati. Run blocking he was fine. Pass blocking is a whole nother story, bruh. And I know looking at this team, and we know AOC is the backup. How would y'all feel if? Oh, I don't even want to say it. If something bad happens and we had to go to AOC. Season over. This season over. Everybody gonna know this motherfucking and RPO ain't gonna fool us. You're gonna hand the ball off. You know what I mean? You're not gonna run the ball because we gonna catch you. We gonna grab you by what do you say? We're gonna grab you by your nin tight. Oh shit. All right, y'all, man. I'm about to get my ass up off here, man. It's been a pleasure to be with y'all. Hit stick. Salute to you. Hit stick stepper in the building, man. Salute to you. God, everybody, man, before I get up out of here, shout out to everybody on Instagram, man. Please come on over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Once we hit 3,000, we are giving away a free TV to a lucky subscriber, man. Once we hit 3,000, wow. Yada da mean? Yes, indeed. Let me see what else we got up in here. V. Sally, do you believe Kobe? Oh, Jacoby Meyer, is he a top 5? No, he's not a top 5 wide receiver. He's not top 5. Maybe top 5 on our team. Yeah, hey, that may he's top 5 on our team, but not hell no, not in the league. People say I know he didn't drop a pass last year. Well, guess what he did in preseason? Dropped the first pass came to him. Like I said, he got through the season without dropping a pass. That's how he got to 1,000. There's no other player out there that did that shit. So it's an anomaly. It's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. So that thing is, he just barely broke the 1,000-yard mark with not dropping no passes in 17 games. You got to factor that in. I ain't knocking the dude. I'm speaking of the facts of the stats, bars. So if he would have dropped one pass or 2 passes, he wouldn't have hit 1,000. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not top 5 wide receiver in the league by far. Hell no. You got way more better receivers out there. Even you got some young. Hey, Teteroy McMillan looked like the real deal in the preseason. Yeah, he looks like the real deal. If Thornton keep doing his thing, I'm not gonna say he's top 5, but at 6'5", 205 and runs a 4.3 flat, he has the God-given ability to make him top 5. Because if he gets to the point where he high points the ball, ain't nobody gonna high point the ball over Thornton. Nobody's gonna There's probably a couple of corners in this league that can probably keep up with him, but ain't tall enough to catch over him. I'm just saying, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it comes down to, once again, developing the youth. We got to develop him. That's the only way we're going to get the best out of him. I think he has the potential of doing that. I like Thornton. But that Jackson dude, oh, shit. Oh, shit. This dude here, keep your eyes on him in game 2 of the preseason. I didn't know he was that fast until I looked it up like, oh, shit. 6'1" and runs a 4.25? All right. Yeah, we're going to be problems for people. We are going to be problems. Because Hondo said, he said that in a podcast. Well, you got to take things that Hondo said with a grain of salt, man. That's his opinion. Whether it's right or wrong, that's his opinion. My opinion is, and fair belief is, no, he's not top 5 because I can name probably 10 other receivers better than him. It just, you know what I mean? It is. Some people may have some issues off the field. You know what I mean? But as far as what they can now, no, don't get me wrong. Jacoby Myers is not a bad receiver, but he's not something to make you ooh and ah. And that's usually the great receivers that do. Jerry Rice made you ooh and ah. Tim Brown, ooh and ah. Randy Moss. Even fucking Terrell Owens. There was receivers that like Megatron. These are guys that top 5 automatic, you can say, but that's all time though. But I'm saying in the same season, same like common era, top 5. That's a lot to chew on, bruh. That's a lot to chew on. Considering the wide receivers that's out there, but he's not bottom of the list. Guarantee you that he's not even mid. He's up there. He's up there, especially with his production last year. But can you duplicate that? Can you go through another season without dropping a pass? I doubt it. I think another thing that boosted his numbers was the fact that we couldn't run the ball, so we had to pass. I'm gonna do a thing where I combine all the quarterbacks that played for us last year and their targets are attempts and catches throwing. And then I want to see what that number looks like compared to the leading passer in the NFL. And I just got a strange feeling that the attempts is going to surpass any one stable quarterback of any teams, whether they're a passing team or not, just because we had to pass. We couldn't run. We were last in the league in running. If you can't run the ball, what you going to do? Pass the ball. You know what I mean? You're going to pass the ball. So that's just another thing that I want to look at. Just sometimes them stats can be misleading, especially when it comes to averages and percentages. You got to know the numbers behind it to really get a very good idea of what just happened. Once again, the analogy. If I shoot one free throw and I make one free throw, and that's the only free throw I ever shoot in the game, I'm 100% from the line. You just hear 100%, be like, oh, he's a hell of a shooter. No, what's impressive is if I took 30 shots from the line and was 100%. Oh, he made all 30 shots. That's impressive. Exactly. You got to know the number behind those numbers. And averages don't mean shit to me. Oh, he averages 14 points a game. But what about the 2 games we didn't score shit and the 2 games we scored 30 or 40 points? So you don't really average that much points. You average it, but that's not exactly what you're scoring per game. And that's the illusion of an average. Oh, yeah, they score 30 points a game. That don't mean we're scoring 30 points a game. You know what I mean? There's hills and valleys when it comes to statistics of how you got that number. Ain't nobody going to score the same amount of points every game. Every game ain't the same. So to say you average 30 points a game, it sounds good. That don't mean you're going to hit 30 points a game. Because there was a game. Then we have a game where we didn't score shit. You know what I mean? We didn't score shit. Damn, those goose eggs hurt. Then you might have a game like against the Chargers where you score 63. You score 63 and didn't have 0. What you think that average comes out to? It ain't 63 points a game after one game. More like 6 or 31 and a half. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm Lunatic Raider, man. You have been watching the Lunatic Raider Show, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Tuesday, Thursday. Once again, I will be at the joint practice in Henderson versus the 69ers and the Raiders. I will bring y'all content Thursday night. Matter of fact, it might be a regular show because it's in the morning. I'll be done with it by then. I can come home and edit it some shit and get you. Hopefully, I know they don't let you record everything, but hopefully they let me record enough. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. Remember, man, if nobody loves you, fuck them. I'm Lunatic Raider, and like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha!